recently the most topic that has been crossing my mind is how can the youth, especially those who are in the university or are joining university, how will they build career pathways for this upcoming AI era? It's not related to a certain industry. I see that this is across any industry. It's how there are new roles that are developing, but they're not, I'm not seeing them clearly right now. But I see that there are roles that are clearly going to disappear. And this is something that we can never deny. It's really about how can we go with the flow in this regard. If whatever job is disappearing, okay, what is next? What will you be doing? And again, that's a discussion I've been part of in a lot of with different audiences. And the real thing is, as we are evolving. So basically, empowering every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more, that's ultimately what we are trying to do. And investing more in the Copilot and AI, it's more about meeting every person, whatever their experience is, and helping them. We used to have this word called democratizing AI. I think we're using it less because right now AI is democratized everywhere. And that's ultimately the goal. That's ultimately where we're heading. We are making every single tool AI enabled. So interestingly, one of the things that I found was relevant to project managers is Copilot for Project, which is part of Dynamics 365's project operations. So this can help project managers build a work breakdown structure from just a description in natural language. It puts the structure and the project manager comes in and fills in maybe the details that might have been missed out by Copilot. Another thing is around the risks and mitigation plan. So it can actually help prioritize what are the risks that are facing a certain project. And third is around the report generation. And this is something very critical as part of any project manager's job. So, mirroring currently, the concept behind it is that we're trying to replicate data in a near real time manner without the need of what we call the ETL or the extraction, transform, and load, where we usually used to do this as part of the data engineering. So this is what we used to have in it, like normally that's a burden or something that you are always responsible just to ensure that it has read the right lines, rows, whatever. But in mirroring, it's setting like a secure channel between the source and Fabric, and it starts replicating this. So whatever update takes place in the source, this is reflected. The good news is we are adding more and more data sources to have this mirroring capability. So it's not going to stop at whatever is available right now. So Azure SQL database and some other data sources are enabled. But the bigger plan is that we want to have more of this because this will make life much easier. You wouldn't be caring about, I need to be doing an ETL or troubleshooting a job here or there. And from there, since it becomes part of the one lake, it's easily accessible with every single engine that is there inside Fabric. So if you want to do some data science on it, or if you want to do some data warehousing on it, you can do this. So yeah, blind spot is that people really need to understand, how can they use those tools? I mean, congratulations on deploying it everywhere in the organization. But if this is not being, if people are not being empowered to understand, okay, how can they use it? When can they use it? What are their boundaries? And get this kind of flow going. Will have no clue. I mean, the other day I was delivering to a group of how can I use the latest technologies as part of what I'm doing? And this is very tricky because it's really, I've put it upon myself as a responsibility because I cannot be talking about brilliant traditional machine learning methods, but okay, how about the new foundation model that can help do the same? Have I explored it as part of my experimentation? Our current age, each part has its own kind of areas we might not have explored. So, a very important thing in today's world is really understanding yourself and where are you coming from and why is that certain comment, it irritated you, although from the outside it seems okay. But also, how do you view your entire life? And again, this really, and because I took it early in I started it in 2007, 2008, and there were a lot of iterations until I became a facilitator in this program. One of the things that really made a huge difference, that it really showed me that there is more inside me that I can do. And there is more potential beyond all the boundaries, all the known stuff of, oh, you have a good job, you're fine. There is more capability that I
Hmm.
have explored as being part of this. And this, I would always say, it has opened a door inside me that there is much, much more than I see to myself. And the exploration is never ending. The lady who is leading this organization she's called Dr. Alia Arafa. She's already a professor back in Egypt, and she's leading all those activities. And
Wow.
she's really putting this not only in this program, but also in understanding the civilization of the Egyptian culture. And
Hmm.
we do a lot of other workshops, but it's really about how can we just open that small door inside you or window to know that you're more than just I'm this person working in this place and that's it. There is more to you, and that's more important to you than anyone else.
Hmm.
This changes how you approach life, how you approach situations, that there is much more than, being just an interaction that you didn't like or you liked. It's more about, okay, what is the deeper perspective for me? And one last thing that I would say would designate this is what we call the introspection, is really deep inside and understanding, oh, I like this situation, I love this place, but what's happening inside? That's the real question. One last thing that I would say would designate this is what we call the introspection, is really deep inside and understanding, I like this situation, I love this place, but what's happening inside? That's the real question.